From ninja headbands to shiny gold chains, these are the items that are banned in the NBA. Can you believe the Flash was actually banned for wearing a band-aid at the NBA? My man was as innocent as a newborn baby. But the league did not care. The guy initially wore the band-aid on his face because he had a cut. But he liked wearing it so much that he decided he was going to wear it for as long as he was playing. He even got customized band-aids with his initials and the US flag on it. That's crazy, man. And I'm not sure, but maybe. My man was just following. Following who? Well, the American rapper, Nelly. That's who. But the NBA does what NBA wants. They straight up gave Dwayne a warning and announced that no one could wear band-aids if not for health-related issues. Hey, at least my man got a fashion sense, NBA. But this was not the first time NBA banned something. In fact, in the 1980s, there was this shoe. This cool-looking shoe that caught the attention of everybody. Back during the late 80s, Black Jesus was the face of the NBA. But due to some reason, every time the GOAT stepped into the NBA arena, he was fined a whopping $5,000. Damn. But why? MJ had the status of a celebrity. He had this charisma. Don't believe me? Just take a look at this advertisement from Nike. Dude was looking slick. With this advertisement, Nike had upped their game and revolutionized basketball shoes. The Air Jordan 1 were as significant as the moon landing, but little did Nike know the plans that the league had for them. The introduction was huge. The black and red color combination looked so deadly, and watching Michael Jordan rock the arena wearing them was nothing less than a dream. The world was going crazy, but man, oh man! Just a month after their release, the NBA banned them. Like, seriously? Come on, man! Well, apparently the color scheme did not match the NBA uniform code. So, the NBA decided to call it off. And did the Black Jesus care? Hell no! My man wore the Air Jordan 1 during every game he played, even though NBA fined him $5,000 every time. And he literally didn't give a damn. Fellas, I have a question. When you're rich and you have everything from exotic cars to colossal mansions, what's next on your bucket list? Well, for me, it would be a world tour, but not for these NBA stars because they bought jewelry with all the extra money they made. Hilarious, isn't it? These jewelry freaks included the likes of Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, and Nate Thurmond, amongst many others. After all, back in the old days, the GOATs had their own fashion sense, didn't they? But the NBA decided the arena was no place to wear your gems. So they banned the use of chains during the NBA games. Well, that's a bold step. It wasn't safe, and rightly so. I mean, the last thing you need is getting blinded by a reflective jewelry during a game. But then came a new issue. We had some NBA players who might have been Naruto fans during their childhood. In fact, these guys thought they were going for the fourth great ninja war during the game time. It was all about their headbands. Like, man, seriously. Come on, you're at the NBA, you can't go on playing ninja at the basketball court. I mean, you're there to play basketball, my man, not to Naruto run the entire court. You're playing professional basketball. But nah, the likes of Darren Fox, Jimmy Butler, and Drew Holiday thought otherwise. All of this was great until the NBA stepped in again. This time, they had an issue with these ninja headbands. Their size and length was only good for ninjas. And at the NBA, these were unprofessional and a safety hazard. So, they were banned. Well, I agree too. But I must say, the fans were crazy about these. Enough playing ninja, guys. Well, that's not the only headband that was banned by the NBA. The league was so done with players doing experiments with their headbands that they decided it was time they ended the headband problem once and for all. So, the guys came up with a headband with an NBA logo on it. Damn, a headband with NBA branding? Is NBA a school or what? The players were furious, and they were sick of these restrictions. And why shouldn't they be? So, in an attempt to get under the skin of the association, they came up with a meticulous idea. They decided to wear the bands upside down. Hell yeah! And leading the pack was my man, Rajon Rondo. Crazy stuff. He even wore it in the NBA Finals, and millions of fans saw this. This was downright offensive. But what could the NBA do? Their hands were tied until eventually they came up with another set of rules which stated that no one is allowed to wear the band with the NBA logo upside down. More power to you, Rondo, my man. Well, guys, as you can see, the NBA acts like your mom when you don't take out the trash. They got problems with everything, like seriously, man. This time, it was with the masks. Disclaimer, in case Batman decided to play in the NBA, he would be banned too, because they don't let you wear black face masks. What a mess! Over the years, several players have worn face masks, and one of them was the legendary Black Mamba. It dates back to 2012, when my man was killing it on the court, when his nose got fractured and he suffered a concussion. Now, this was bad. For the next few games, my man wore a clear face mask. Then, eventually, he decided it was time to step up his game. So my man wore a black face mask this time. He genuinely became Batman. Who would have thought, right? He looked so great. Kobe was a national icon, so all the young NBA players looked up to him. But it all blew up when Kyrie Irving scored 41 points at Madison Square, wearing a similar black mask. And Kyrie was followed by King James, who took it to a whole new level for Heat when he wore his customized carbon fiber black-colored mask. King looked like a character from a sci-fi movie. The NBA was so done with this trend that they made it loud and clear no player was allowed to wear a colored mask, as it was deceptive for the defenders and it brought unfair advantage. After all this craziness, the NBA requested players to wear masks that were see-through and transparent. So, technically speaking, black masks are still not banned at the NBA. Well, if you thought this was ridiculous, wait until you find about this. Back in 2017, when Supreme was at the top of its game, even the NBA players were highly impressed by it. Amongst them was Kelly Oubre Jr. My man decided to show the world that he was wearing a sleeve from Supreme. And yeah, man, Supreme is crazy expensive, so the dude had to flex, right? Oubre rocked the hardwood of the arena with all sorts of crazy shots, but it was later in the second half when my man was forced to take off his sleeve. But why would the NBA do that? Why would the NBA ban a sleeve from Supreme? Surely there's nothing wrong with wearing a sleeve, right? NBA later on explained that it wasn't out of some grudge or enmity. They just did not want to publicize these random brands in front of millions of people. Apparently this was free advertisement. So for the NBA, the simple solution was banning the very items. But this didn't stop here, because my man Junior Smith did something that was flabbergasting. My man stepped into an NBA game wearing an arm sleeve. At first, the NBA were pretty tolerant. They did not intervene. But once Junior Smith wore this sleeve again, the NBA not only threatened him with a fine, but they also told him that he'd be sent off. Well, Junior Smith didn't take this offense lightly, and soon he got himself a tattoo of the word Supreme. Like, man, are you for real? Well, this sent down waves through the arena. Junior Smith was threatened every time he stepped into the arena. Remember, kids, the next time you want to bring your favorite watch to the court, ask your mom or the NBA. Well, that's it for today's video. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to dunk on that subscribe button. Till next time.